Have you ever felt like your soul has been stolen, or parts of your soul have fled, or that you've experienced a soul rape? Well, today I'm going to talk about soul recovery and soul retrieval.
Can you see the world within me? There's no endless looking and turning like there's no tomorrow. Wild awake young pain and sorrow.
Hi, this is Kaleah, and today we're going to talk about another energetic piece to healing and recovering, and that is how to work with our very soul. What is soul? I like to see soul as that life force within us, as that essence that is within us. We have these physical bodies, these physical forms that without our life force would be nothing. Have you ever seen somebody who has just passed away, where all there is left is this shell? It's like, where did that person go? That is the life force. That is the soul. The soul has left the body because the body itself is not the soul. It's just a physical form. It's a shell. It's a vehicle that we use to live our life here on planet Earth. It's like our vehicle that allows us to have a physical experience on the planet. And there is something that comes into our bodies when we are born. The essence, the life force, the soul. I believe that when we are born, that we come in with a full life force. All of our life force that is meant to be here in this physical experience gets integrated into that body. And then over time, when we experience certain traumas, we may lose a little bit of that essence, a little bit of that life force. We may lose a little bit of that energy. Now, I talked about energy in the last video about psychic cord cutting. We are energy. We are energy beings. We are made up of energy. Our soul is energy. And our soul vibrates at different energetic levels. When we are really upbeat and happy and full of life and feeling great, we're vibrating at a higher level. When we're depressed and drained and not feeling very good, we're vibrating at a lower frequency, a lower level. What happens when we experience a lot of trauma, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain that we don't work through is we begin to disconnect and lose energy. We disconnect from essence, we disconnect from ourselves in many ways, but we also lose energy. And so we give pieces and parts of ourselves away. When we give our power to somebody else, we're giving pieces and parts of ourselves away. When we blame people, we are giving the people that we blame our power, our energy. We cannot be empowered and be victims at the same time. Not to say we're never victimized in our lives. Sure, things happen. We can feel victimized at the time. But the key is, how long are we going to hold on to that? How long are we going to feel like victims because we are focused on the person that victimized us and blaming them and putting everything on them to heal us. If they could make it right, if they could apologize, if they could be accountable, then we can feel better. It doesn't work that way. You have to take the power back from anybody that has hurt you and stop focusing on them. And say to yourself, I'm the one that needs to feel good about myself here. I'm the one that's lost power. I'm the one that's lost energy, and I need to get that back by taking responsibility for my own experience right now. And as I take responsibility for my own experience right now, I can feel stronger in my body. I can feel more empowered. So when we make that decision consciously to be accountable for our own experience and stop blaming other people and holding other people accountable for our experience, we keep more of our energy in our body or in our energy field. I talked about before how our energy field extends beyond our physical body. It can extend quite a ways out actually, but I always feel like a good comfortable space is like an arm's length in all directions. So just imagine that your energy field extends out an arm's length in all directions. So think about when somebody comes in close to you and they come into this personal space. We call it our personal space. And that doesn't feel comfortable if it's somebody that you don't know very well or you don't trust. When they start coming in too close, you want to push them away, or your first instinct is to take a step back. It's because they're coming into your field. They're coming into your energy field. And you don't want them there. You don't want their energy, which you don't know, you don't trust, you haven't gotten to know who this person is. You don't want their energy encroaching and merging with your energy. You want to keep a safe space. And when you're empathic, you really want to keep a safe space, because sometimes as an empath, you don't know the difference between somebody else's energy and yours. If somebody's in a bad mood, you might feel in a bad mood because you're feeling their energy. So it's really important to stay clean as far as what is your energy and what is somebody else's. I want to go back to the trauma. When we're traumatized, we lose energy. We lose that vibrancy of our spirit. And we can experience this as soul loss. Soul loss happens during abusive relationships. It happens during actual rapes and assaults and things that can happen in our life. We lose pieces of ourselves, pieces of our soul. And the process of soul recovery or soul retrieval, it's really about taking back our power and calling back all the parts and the pieces of ourselves that we've given away in our lifetime. Now, soul retrieval is a shamanic practice. The shamans have been doing this work for ages. And in my own shamanic training, I learned how to do soul retrieval. But I do it differently than I was trained, just as I do the psychic cord cutting differently. I do it in hypnosis because I find it to be ultra powerful when the client actually takes part in the process. The typical shamanic soul retrieval, the client doesn't take a conscious part in the process. The shaman knows that you need that soul retrieval work. You've made an agreement with them. You might have paid them a fee, and they tell you, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, your time, lie down and relax. Or they might not even tell you that. Just when they get around to it, they go into their own visions and get a sense of what the energy is and start working with that energy and calling back the soul pieces and soul parts to your energy field. Well, when I do the work, I do it in hypnosis. So you're participating in that. You're participating in calling back. And the reason I really like this hypnosis process is it's teaching you. When you're in hypnosis, we're working with the subconscious. When you're in that state of hypnosis, we're working with the subconscious mind. That means everything that's below your field of awareness. And the subconscious mind is also in charge of your memories. And so when something's done while you're in hypnosis, you're more likely to remember it. Therefore, when we do a process while in hypnosis, you can repeat that process. You're learning how to do it yourself. And so instead of just having a session in where somebody is doing something for you and you're dependent on that person, you're starting to learn how to do these processes yourself. And so as I work with people in a soul retrieval session, I take them into hypnosis and we work at actually calling back those pieces and parts of our soul that have been lost, stolen, or given away. I always say in this lifetime or any other, because whether you believe in past lives or not, there is a power in calling back from any life experience. Sometimes you meet somebody and you feel a really strange familiarity with that person, and you think, I've known this person before, I know this person, and yet in this lifetime you've never met them. And so we take account that there is at least a possibility that you might have had another experience with someone in your life that you are courted to, or that has taken something from you in a past life or a parallel life. There's so many different possibilities that we can't possibly know. And so we want to cover all of our bases. I do past life regressions in hypnosis, and so I do believe in past lives. I've seen too much. And so it's really, for me, it's really empowering to be able to call back. If you're working with a particular person that you're very aware of, such as a narcissist, a lot of people come because of narcissistic abuse. When you are focused on calling back or retrieving your soul from that narcissist, you know who you're working with. You have that vision of that person. You know what their energy feels like. So we're working with directly calling back those pieces and parts of your soul that have been given or stolen from this person in this lifetime or any other. Part of the process too is we have to acknowledge this idea of karma, that maybe in some experience energetically in some past life you might have taken something from them. And so not only do we work on calling back whatever they have taken from us, whatever that person has taken from you, but also what you have maybe taken from them. So we're balancing out the karmic scales, and we're kind of bringing a balance to the energies, so there's no need to do that dance anymore, that karmic dance, really releasing the karmic ties between you and that person. And so this is a very beautiful, I feel it's a very beautiful energy exchange to take back what belongs to you and give back what belongs to them. And when we do the process of giving back what belongs to them, we're also giving back the emotional baggage, the projections, the things that have been projected onto us that we might have taken on unconsciously or even consciously, the ideas that have been thrown at us that we might believe are true about ourselves because of our own core wounds. So we're handing all that back. It's like, okay, you can have all of your bags that you've given to me, you get to have those back now. And I'm going to take back everything that belongs to me. So this is a powerful process of calling back your energy, your soul pieces, everything that belongs to you, to be integrated back in to your energy field so that you can get yourself back. I don't know how many times I've heard people say, I just want myself back, or I want my old self back, because they recognize that they're no longer themselves. They're no longer who they used to be when they had more confidence, when they had more strength, when they had more energy. And so we work to call these parts back home. Now, it's not always going to be an immediate process. A lot of what I do in hypnosis is very symbolic, and it also plants seeds in the subconscious mind. So the subconscious gets images of you getting your power back, getting your soul back, and the subconscious sees that vision, those images, and goes to work to get that back for you, to get that energy back for you. So there's a lot going on beneath the surface of awareness, and it's important to really trust the process, to trust that there's a whole invisible world going on that most people are completely unaware of. If you are religious in any way, you know that the source of all life, that God is an invisible force, and that our soul is an invisible force. So we work very much in the invisible world, in the world of energy, in the world that we don't see, to be able to cut psychic cords like we talked about in the last video, and to be able to call back those pieces and parts of our soul. I call this both soul retrieval and soul recovery. It's the same thing. We can do this on one person in a session, or we can do it with several. When I was initially trained in the shamanic training with soul retrieval, we basically called back all parts and pieces of yourself from all four corners of the universe, from any being who has taken anything from you in any time in existence. And that is powerful, but I normally don't do it that way when I'm doing the hypnosis session, because we usually devote an entire session to one individual in which you are fully consciously aware that you've lost your power to. Sometimes we might work with 3 particular people that you are consciously aware. For example, you may have a narcissistic mother or father, or a narcissistic sibling, and are coming out of a relationship with a narcissistic person. Now, the thing about narcissists, they are soul takers. They take energy from people. They are vampires, energy vampires. They thrive on other people's energy because they don't have a direct line to source, to God. They've cut themselves off from that. And so they take that energy from other people. That's how they survive. That's how they are able to present so well, is they are living on borrowed energy. And so if you find that you've got several of these energy vampires in your life that have been feeding on you for most of your lifetime, you may want to work with calling back your soul pieces from parents, from siblings, from ex-lovers, and do a whole process. Now, I usually will only work with 3 people at a time, because of time limitations in my 90-minute session. So if you wanted to do more than that, I just recommend do the first one and do 1 to 3 people, and then work on integrating that. And if you still feel like there's more work to be done, then we can do a second session. And I do that with people too. They might have found that they're feeling a lot stronger, they're feeling a lot better, but there's still something nagging at them that's incomplete. And so we go in and we work with calling back their soul from other people, disconnecting from other people and pulling that energy back. Now, the good news is when you come as a result of narcissistic abuse, I do both a soul retrieval and a cord cutting in the same 90-minute session. So you're getting that process done both as a cord cutting and a soul retrieval on that one person, because we take that 90 minutes and we devote it to really getting your energy back from that person, cutting cords, moving that person's energy out. It's an entire process. This is really exciting work. It's probably my most exciting work because I have been really developing it over time and learning so much more about energy and how it works and how we work and what our souls are about and what our higher self is about. This work continues to evolve with me, and I'm really excited about its potential and the possibilities. Even when you begin to move beyond that narcissistic person, you've cut the cords, you've decided to go no contact, even if it's with a family member, you start to feel more energetic and you might be ready to do even deeper work. There's so much that can be done in what I call my shamanic hypnotherapy sessions. It's a combination of shamanism and hypnotherapy where we are really working on an energetic level. We're really doing energy work and energy healing, working in the realm of the invisible, calling back your soul pieces and your soul power is extremely important for you to live the life that you've come here to live, to step fully into your purpose for being here, to reintegrate everything that you've given away so that you can become empowered. Now I see the word empowered as being inner powered. You're taking all that which you've given away, all that power that you've given away, all that control that you've given away to other people, and you're bringing it back in, so you're becoming empowered. And when you are empowered, you're able to truly live your authentic life, the life that you have come here to live, which is true to yourself, which is true to your inner being, your true essence, that's not about people pleasing and doing what you think other people would like or what you think would impress other people. Instead, you're doing what feels good to you, what feels really authentic, which feels true, which feels like it's your work in the world, that feels special and unique to you. Even if you're doing something that other people are doing, you have your own way of doing it. You have a way of doing it that is unique and special to you. So the more that you can become empowered, the more authentic you can live your life. Now, if you're interested in having a soul recovery or a soul retrieval session, you can actually sign up online. I will put the link in the description box below. And just like my psychic cord cutting audio, I do have a soul retrieval audio hypnosis download available as well. So you can download that audio hypnosis program and allow yourself to be guided in the comfort of your own home through this process. You can use these audios in conjunction with actual hypnosis sessions to keep the process going. So when people purchase the audio downloads, I recommend they do them more than once. If they come to me for a session, they only need to do it once. And these audio hypnosis sessions can be done over and over again. In fact, you can use the same audio and go through the process with many different people in different audio sessions. Every time you listen to it, you can focus on another person. So this is a great way to do soul retrieval as well. If you have any questions too, please post your questions in the comments below. If you've had any experience with my audios or any experience with soul retrieval, cord cutting, anything like that, I would love to hear from you. Post your comments below. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and share if you feel like there's somebody that could benefit from hearing about soul retrieval. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed so you can be the first to hear about my new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Love to you, and we'll see you next time.